So a few months ago, I made a video ranking every watch brand, and I kind of gave Breitling a cold assessment. Breitling, mid, hear me out here. And then a few weeks later, I received an email from the Breitling team basically saying, we see that you ranked us as mid, and we'd like to change your mind on that. I thought this was a baller move. A lot of brands get really defensive when you say anything negative about them. So I was intrigued by this email, and I think Breitling has officially changed my mind. So just before Geneva Watch Days, Breitling invited me to their manufacturing facilities and gave me a look at what is to come. And I genuinely think they're making some really strong moves into the future of their watchmaking house, and they are a brand that you should be watching. I think it's easy to get jaded about watch collecting, the current price points, and wondering if brands are actually delivering in line with the price. These are, for one, luxury goods, which means they're quite expensive. They come with luxury margins. They're not running at a loss. And two, when you're a watch collector or view this as a hobby, you then get surrounded by watches and macro shots. And it's easy to forget the artisanal craft side to this. The literal human hands that hand-placed teeny-weeny mechanisms. Yes, they are expensive, but they are also these beautiful machines crafted by humans in this long-standing tradition of mechanical watchmaking. I don't know, maybe this is just me, and I get so lost in the value for money side of things and just complaining all the time that I forget about the thoughtfulness and the care that goes into these. And this is what my visit to Breitling reminded me of. And it kind of revived my love of horology and my obsession with the craft. When you think of Breitling watches, if you think of Breitling just right now, what are the first things that come to mind? For me, it's the Navitimer, chronographs, and approachable luxury. If you visit a Breitling boutique, it doesn't feel like most others. Most watch boutiques feel kind of clinical and austere, like a place where you're afraid to touch things. But Breitling feels like a cool guy's home office. It's leather and industrial with pops of their signature yellow. So I was curious to see what their manufacturing facilities would be like. Being at Breitling kind of felt like a look into the past. You are in these rural hills. There were literally cows in the field next to us. But it is also a place of modernity and the future of watchmaking. The big takeaway from the visit for me was Breitling are dead freaking set on accuracy and having fantastic movements. Like, if I could have only one takeaway, it would be that their movements are scrutinized and placed under meticulous quality control. It takes 10 months of production and 1,000 tests to achieve COSC certification. And on top of that, they have their own in-house 16-year accelerated aging equivalency, where they simulate and accelerate the aging process 16 years. Breitling is one of the only brands that I can think of that COSC certifies every single one of their movements, even their super quartz, meaning every single mechanical movement has an accuracy of -4 + 6 seconds per day and less than half a second per day for quartz. This applies on their manufacturer and non-manufacturer calibers alike. One of the things that stood out most to me from the day was the amount of tests they run on their non-manufacturer calibers. They are scrutinized under the same conditions Breitling expects of their own movements. They don't receive the shipment from ETA, go, whoop, there we go, pop it in the watch, there you go. Which I think is a huge misconception that people have. Like, I see it all the time in my comment section. People will be saying things like, oh, I'd never paid that kind of money for just an ETA movement. It's not taking in and appreciating the product as a whole. But that's a rant I'll save for another time. I'm not gonna have a therapy session. What I'm trying to say is Breitling clearly puts a painstaking amount of care into their movements, and I just didn't know until I was there. For these big manufacturers like Breitling, it isn't maybe how we always picture it. It isn't a cottage in the woods with just a handful of watchmakers. It is kind of the marriage of humans and conveyor belts and machinery to make things more efficiently. The machine aspects are there for just that, efficiency. Instead of the watchmakers moving the pieces manually to the next process, the machines do that bit. Even with the marriage of humans and machines, it still takes 10 months of production before the movements are ready to be cased up and the watch sold. And this is a big part of the reason why your watch costs what it does. They are expensive, but it is also this machine that took specialized skills, meticulously tested to the highest order. Now, let's talk about Kenissi and what it means to actually be in-house. I have an entire video dedicated to this. I'll pop it in one of the corners. I never know which corner it comes in, but whenever I make videos like this, one of the comments I always receive is, "This isn't in-house, this is Kenissi." And it's like, kinda... Let's talk about it. So, Kenissi was founded by Tudor in 2016 to oversee the development and production of movements. Breitling was their first industrial partner. So, when you think of Kenissi and Tudor movements, you can't not think of Breitling. And to be clear, in my opinion, this is a very good thing. Industrial partnerships are almost always a good thing. It is organizations collaborating and sharing skills, expertise, and resources rather than just financial capital. Tudor supplies components for the B20 assembly at Breitling, while Breitling supplies and assembles the COSC Breitling 01 for Tudor chronograph watches. On top of that, Breitling has introduced a few new manufacturer calibers, like the B19 in 2024, the brand's first exclusive perpetual calendar movement, and then very recently the B31, the first Breitling designed and developed manufacturer three-hand movement. Everyone is winning. The manufacturer is winning, supplying premium movements within their expertise, and the consumer is winning because we know these movements are trustworthy. So this isn't a bad thing, in my humble opinion. I think we've gone a bit off track here. What I'm trying to say is that being in Breitling's manufacturing facilities was a friendly reminder on how seriously they take the quality of their watchmaking, movement production, and how technical watchmaking is. I think we all love being Monday morning quarterback. Shout out to Breitling and their NFL watch collaborations. That was unintended, but worked out quite well. We all love being the Monday morning quarterback, sitting there judging watch brands. At least I do. I love it so much, I made a whole YouTube channel where this is all I do. But almost none of us are truly qualified to speak on this and pass some of the judgments that we pass. We are kind of like 16-year-olds who have just passed the theory part of our driving exam, but we've never actually been behind the wheel. I can tell you how the gear train works and the winding stem and escapement. But if you said to me, "Okay then, Brittany, if you understand how this works so well, assemble this watch." Even just take a couple parts out and reassemble it. Oh. I love the craft of watchmaking, but I can't do it. It's not where my skills lie. I wouldn't make a good enough product. Actually, visiting Breitling reminded me of why I fell in love with watches in the first place. To see the hands of the people who actually make these machines and the people who designed and oversee the direction of the brand. I said earlier, and it's true, it's kind of where the past, present, and future meet. The Chaux de Fonds is the historic watchmaking center. It's a special place, and you can feel the centuries of watchmaking expertise and that passion. But it is also modern, and it should be. Breitling has genuinely changed my mind. There's a nasty rumor going around about me that I'm perfect and I never say anything wrong. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to put that rumor to rest because I was wrong. They've changed my mind. I will be making more Breitling videos in the future. I've seen a couple of the new releases that are coming out soon. I'm really excited. I'm trying to get press pieces so I can cover it, make an awesome video. I think you guys will like it too. Out of curiosity, what do you guys think of Breitling? If I say Breitling, what are the first things that come to mind for you? Do you have any Breitlings? Are you interested in any? Let's talk about it. Okay, bye. Hey guys, names on the screen right now. These are the Pope tier patrons. They're amazing, fabulous. While we look at their names, here's some footage of Adrian trying to work my camera.
Wait, go back. Oh no, I can't click your camera. This all zoomed in.
You gotta get off 70. Oh, is it manual focus?
Yeah. Alright, fine.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's zoomed in again, but it's... I don't know what I'm recording, but you've got something.
I'm sure it'll be great.
Shit, sorry.
Adrian. Oh, also, you should listen to our podcast. Sorry to shill myself at the end here. We got a podcast. I love making it. If you've not listened to it yet, go check it out wherever you listen to podcasts. Okay, I'll stop shilling myself. Thank you so much, Pope, to your patrons. You're all amazing.